Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Sports PSP. Hope everyone's enjoying a fantastic evening. Man, oh man, the Arizona Cardinals defeated the Dallas Cowboys 27-17. I gotta be honest with y'all. You know, me and the big fella, Undisputed World Champ, we picked the Dallas Cowboys to defeat the Arizona Cardinals because Arizona, they were on a 5-game losing streak, losing to the San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks. Ironically, they lost to the Tennessee Titans, giving the Titans their first win of the year. On the road, they lost to the Indianapolis Colts, and then losing a home game to the Green Bay Packers. And if you look at the Titans game, the Packers game, and other games in which they've had leads, they've blown. They're a lot better team than what the record says. They're 3-5. And you look at Jacoby Brissett, he played well. 21-31. I think for over 260 something yards in that game, 2 touchdown passes. Yes, he was sacked 5 times. Marvin Harrison Jr. Finally, a type of performance that we wanted to see from Arizona, who they drafted with the 4th overall pick, coming out of the Ohio State University, giving a really good performance. 7 catches, 96 yards, a touchdown, 10 targets. I think a lot of it had to do with his father, the Hall of Fame wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Sr., on what he had to say regarding the Arizona Cardinals offense, because he was not pleased with how the way his son is being utilized in that offense. And I'm going to get into that later on. But Jacoby Brissett, 21-31, 261 yards, 2 touchdown passes, a passer rating of 115.1. Collectively, the Arizona Cardinals, as far as running the football, 29 attempts for 119 yards, an average of 4.1 yards a carry, and a touchdown. What they did well was take care of the football. 0 turnovers. Meanwhile, Dallas's offense committed 3 turnovers. Penalties. Arizona only committed 2 penalties for 10 yards. Dallas, meanwhile, 6 penalties for 55 yards. Time of possession. Arizona 33 minutes to 20 seconds. Dallas Cowboys, on the other hand, 26 minutes to 40 seconds. And it was a long, tough night for Jerry Jones. Matter of fact, your buddy, Stephen A. Smith, who is a villain of the Dallas Cowboys, although I believe that's his stick, because I'm starting to believe more and more nowadays Stephen A. Smith is a Dallas Cowboys fan. Yeah, I'm sorry. Stephen A., there's the photo, there's the video of him sitting next to Jerry Jones. Obviously, he and Jerry Jones, they have a very good relationship. Yeah, we know all of that, but Stephen A., don't try to fool anyone. You are a Dallas Cowboys fan. We all know you're just doing that just for you to get your money, just for you to get your reviews, your ratings. Hey, it is what it is. But speaking of the game, Arizona won this one. After coming off a 5-game losing streak, not today. And if you look at Arizona in the past, they've had the Dallas Cowboys number. With the offense with Arizona, I think it's best for the Arizona Cardinals for the rest of the season, until bad play or injury from Jacoby Brissett, they should go with him as the starting quarterback and bench Kyler Murray. I don't care if I'm Arizona and if I pay Kyler Murray a ton of money. The bottom line is I'm trying to win. And I'm reading the stat here according to Pro Football Focus. Jacoby Brissett in the last 3 games, 867 passing yards, 7 total touchdowns, a 76% completion percentage on adjusted completion rate. I'm also reading some other stats here from Jacoby Brissett in terms of Football Forever. You know, Joe Buck, one of the commentators for Monday Night Football, he, along with Troy Aikman, this is what Joe Buck said, that the Cardinals, and I agree with them, how they should stick with Jacoby Brissett for the rest of the season. They've been more productive with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback than Kyler. If you look at Jacoby Brissett since he took over, 287 yards per game passing, 2 touchdowns per game, and points per game, 25.7. That's with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Now with Kyler Murray on the other hand, 192.4 yards per game passing, 1.2 touchdowns per game, and points per game, 20.6. Now, it's easy to put up numbers against that Dallas Cowboys defense right now, in my opinion, the worst defense in football. They can't stop the pass. They can't stop the run. They can't stop a nosebleed. And Jerry Jones, right after this season, he must fire Matt Eberflus, because we saw how awful he was as a defensive coordinator. As we all know how awful he was defensively with Chicago. What makes us think by him going to Dallas is going to get any better? It's gotten worse. I'm keeping Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach for now because, hey, Jerry hired him. And Brian Schottenheimer, despite the last couple of games, Arizona and Denver, has done his part with the offense. And Jerry Jones, you know, he was on Stephen A. Smith's show. This is what he said on Stephen A. Smith's show, Sirius XM. Quote, "A lot of action going on right now in terms of trading. We've certainly have made a trade, and we may make a couple of more trades before that deadline," referring to the trade deadline. "We've made one. We possibly could make 2 more. And I'm going to wait and let you read about that when we send the papers in tomorrow." Jerry Jones. I don't know what Jerry Jones is talking about regarding trades. We don't know what type of trades he's made so far. Someone could actually provide me the details. If you want to provide me the details in the comment section below or whatever, hey, feel free to let me know. But what the hell is he talking about regarding trades? And even if you've made some trades, how is this going to help the Dallas Cowboys season with what they are at 3-5-1? Their defense is so horrible. Doesn't matter if you get a key trade, a marquee trade, it's still not going to do enough in order to help you out this season, Jerry. The biggest problem with the Dallas Cowboys is Jerry Jones and his ego. And when Jerry Jones makes outlandish, outrageous statements like this, it's just contingent on who the Dallas Cowboys are. It's just who they are. This is who they are as long as Jerry Jones is the owner and the GM. I've said it and I'll say it again. The worst thing that ever happened with the Dallas Cowboys is when they moved on from Jimmy Johnson in the 90s, replaced Jimmy Johnson with Barry Switzer, and won the Super Bowl, because that gave Jerry Jones the validation, I can do things my way. I can win a championship my way. It's still 30 years, and they still haven't won a Super Bowl. They haven't been to a Super Bowl. They haven't even been to a conference championship game. But Jerry Jones still doing things his way. The definition of insanity is doing something, the same thing, over and over again, and expecting a different result. Jerry Jones is insane. And what makes it more insane than Jerry is the Dallas Cowboys fans thinking and assuming they're going to win. They're going to win a Super Bowl. It looked pretty bad for Jerry Jones when he was sitting next to Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A., come on. You're a Dallas Cowboy fan. You're portraying yourself as this character on ESPN because it's your way to make your money, your ratings, whatever. But we all know you are a Dallas Cowboys fan. You love yourself some Jerry Jones. Don't try to hide it. Dallas, man, look, if y'all actually really think with 1 or 2 trades you're actually going far and making a deep playoff run, nah. right now it's the Philadelphia Eagles division to lose. Eagles, they're going to come off their bye week. They're going to face the Green Bay Packers on Monday night. Unfortunately for Green Bay, they're going to have to go without their top tight end, Tucker Kraft, who's out for the rest of the season due to a torn ACL. If you look at the Eagles' schedule, yeah, it's pretty tough, but still, Eagles, regardless, they're 6-2. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in that division. You can say whatever you want about Dak and his numbers and his play, but right now, Jalen Hurts still the best quarterback in that division. As for the Dallas Cowboys, until Jerry Jones is no longer the owner and the GM of the team, this is where you are. You're not going far with Jerry Jones running the show. And I think with Dak Prescott and his time in Dallas, I think Dak Prescott, in 10 years, this is who Dak Prescott is. He's a good enough quarterback. He's going to be productive in the regular season. He may win you a playoff game or two, but he's not going to deliver you a championship in Dallas. That's it. Arizona, I can't ask any more from Arizona. Defensively, they have a really good, underrated defensive core. One of the rookies who I'm very pleased and impressed with is Will Johnson from Michigan. Man, he made some plays. Calais Campbell went after Dak Prescott. The way the defense went after Dak Prescott in that game, you can't ask any more from Arizona. And like I said, I think they should bench Kyler Murray for the rest of the season and go forward with Jacoby Brissett until Jacoby Brissett starts to play bad or if he gets hurt, because the bottom line, if I'm Arizona, I care about winning. I want to win. And right now, Jacoby Brissett gives me the best option to win. As for Jerry Jones, he keeps putting his foot in his mouth by talking and doing the same thing over again. The definition of insanity is doing something more than once and expecting a different result. And Cowboys fans still think they can go forward. They're not. They're just not. Because when their offense has a struggling performance, can you really count on their defense to make plays? Can you really trust their defense to hold teams less than 25 points? They can't. That's all I got to say regarding the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. But what are your thoughts, guys? Do you think that the Arizona Cardinals should bench Kyler Murray for the remainder of the season and go forward with Jacoby Brissett? Do you think Jerry Jones needs to stop talking, stop running his mouth, and actually do something in the offseason, such as firing Matt Eberflus and maybe making some moves in free agency, something that he doesn't really like doing as much, unlike the draft, and other things that I didn't mention or bring up that I should have. But anyway, it's your boy Sports PSP. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and peace.